good evening, or for you cowardly purists, good afternoon. I am Paul. I will be your reader for this evening. And today I am reading an excerpt from the brand new issue of Mad, number 16 of the official reboot, December 2020, Midnight Horror Movie Marathon. Today I'm going to be reading for you Wes Craven, A Parody of the Raven. Originally came out first in Mad number 394, June 2000. This parody of Edgar Allen Poe's The Raven. Remember again before I read that this does not reflect my opinions, and this was made in 2002. Once upon a midnight dreary, horror flicks did not seem weary. Elm Street, Halloween, and Friday the 13th scared fans galore. Michael, Jason, and that Freddy made fans' stomachs feel unsteady, but no one was really ready for schlock sequels by the score. Which director was most guilty of these schlock clones by the score? It was Wes Craven, king of gore. Soon this genre was outdated, fans no longer were elated by the bloodbaths that these movies seemed to churn out more and more. But one day an unknown writer wrote a chiller that seemed brighter. Craven helmed this newest fighter, which made fun of flicks of yore. Why would Craven want to mock his horror films from days of yore? Because Wes Craven was a whore. Would his Scream become a winner, forcing fans to lose their dinner? It seemed doubtful, since its only star was young Drew Barrymore. Drew had peaked when she was 7 and got drunk by age 11, so how in the name of heaven would this film get off the floor? Very soon it mattered not, when Drew's guts spilled on the floor. On her, Craven slammed the door. Every horror fan was shaken when Drew's life was quickly taken. If this movie's biggest star was killed, what else might be in store? Was Neve Campbell next to buy it? Any hope that Wes would try it, for no fright fan could deny it. Neve was such a whiny bore. Could a movie be successful with a whining, pouting bore? Yes! Wes Craven's fans did roar! This flick flew not on its story, nor the fact that it was gory. This film thrived upon the fact that it made in-jokes by the score. Making fun of Tori spelling Fonzie at the students yelling, one lone film geek always telling what we should be frightened for. When he saw this Gen X chiller was what fans were waiting for, quoth Wes Craven, let's make more. I distinctly all remember, unless you weren't born yet, 1 year later in December, Scream 2 was released upon the public with a mighty roar. This plot had a large infusion of dumb twists that caused confusion. What bizarre drug-crazed delusion made this script a muddled bore? Laurie Metcalf as the killer, could there be a bigger bore? Still, Cash Craven made galore. Scream flicks sure were money makers, so it spawned a pack of fakers. I Know What You Did Last Summer was the first to wash ashore. Urban legend, Mrs. Tingle, these and more all seem to mingle. Each and every freaking single of these flicks we did abhor. Who began this competition of scare flicks we did abhor? 'Twas Wes Craven launched this war. Next 2 years of hype and rumors, growing like malignant tumors, built Scream 3 up in a way that no one living could ignore. Once again, Neve acted schmucky in a sequel that was sucky. Worse, in fact, than Bride of Chucky was this film that was a bore. The killer was... oh, we won't tell you. Should you plan to see this bore? Just blame Craven when you snore. Now Wes Craven's screams are staying, always playing, in the VCRs and theaters, frequented by teens galore. And they say 3 is the last one, but we think they'll play a fast one. We bet they've begun to cast one. Well, there's money in this gore. Yes, we're sure we'll see another pointless film with pointless gore when Wes Craven makes Scream 4. Or can there still be hope for horror with such great films by the score? Poetry is hard, okay? With all these new independent makers churning out stuff that isn't quite fakers, we have stuff only true horror fans know how to come up with. And even with franchises sinking lower, no, that was bad. Okay, look. If you think you can write horror poetry right on the spot, then by all means go ahead. If you don't, then continue watching. For Scream was not the only franchise to go down in pointless gore. Freddy and Jason crash and burn. Chucky still made stomachs churn. Who really wanted to see these things turn? No real horror fan could deny it. These sequels are really starting to bite it. But can we still bite back, say fans? Can we get good horror sequels to continue across land? Can we get good crossovers to appear? Not crap that we don't fear. Can we make teenagers interesting again? Can we avoid making them the ones we want to see die at the end? Will we ever truly get back on track and have horror be a true masterpiece? Masterpiece not filled with hacks. I don't know how, but it'd be quite a smack. But quoth Paul, nevermore.